Well, as you can see, the fireworks are once again in full display for everyone to enjoy here in Limsa and across Eorzea for that matter, and that means one thing. That's why Rika's dressed up in her trademark kimono, because it's time for the event that made that famous, the Moonfire Faire. And we're here in Limsa, of course, chilling out with Azim, and she'll get to see this event for herself firsthand. So let's go ahead and give her a good time. But before we do that, I am going to let you guys know that I am in a bit of a situation right now where my job is in great peril in real life, and I need to try and find a new one. But any support, I'm not going to ask for money, of course, but the best thing you guys could do is do what every other YouTube channel asks you to do. And I know I haven't done this in a long time because I know that this does not work for me, but given my current state in life, I should do this now. So please, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, share with your friends, share with social media, because right now I really need all the help I can get, and the best thing you guys can do is support this video and the other videos that I'm going to be doing as well. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Moonfire Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. So, let's go ahead here at the Aft Castle on the south end of Limsa's upper decks to speak with Moonfire Faire's chaperone, Moyaru, and take on the level 30 quest for Moonfire Faire 2023 entitled Allergic to Sunshine. Moyaru is calling upon all adventurers to join the hottest event of the year. Ah, my prayers are answered! As the sun beat down upon my brow, my flagging spirits were kept aloft by the hope of your return. Now that you're here, I can see that the Moonfire Faire's success is assured! Our festival has a long and storied history that hardly bears repeating, but for all intents and purposes, it's become the premier event of our guild. We hope to stoke the fires of adventurous hearts, young, old, and all ages in between. This season's main event has become a favorite among adventurers and revelers alike, the Eorzea Nimble Warrior Course. Which means guess who's gonna be back. Keeping vigil over the proceedings is the Sunshine Savior, guardian of the Sandy Beaches. Sunshine Savior? Who is the Sunshine Savior, you ask? If you're interested in Pete, then I encourage you to make haste to Costa del Sol, where Hermaga stands at the ready to apprise eager volunteers of the details. Well, thank you very much there, Moyaru. So, let's head off to Costa del Sol. So, as we arrive at the Isle of Endless Summer, dawn is breaking here, but the sunshine is still giving way to the fireworks as they go off in their dramatic climax, ending the current round. Of course, they'll be back when nighttime comes around again. So, let's find our old friend Hermaga. Well, if it isn't Rika, as sure as I guess to the Moonfire Faire is this stifling heat, then Moyaru's mention of the Sunshine Savior stir that heroic spirit of yours. Well, I guess you could say that, but I haven't been given much in terms of details. I should hope so, because between you and me, we're in a bit of a wind. If you wouldn't mind lending an ear to our troubles, I'd appreciate the opinion of a fellow adventurer. Alright. Much obliged. You see, the Faire's been no stranger to difficulties, make no mistake. People swimming where they shouldn't be, monsters treating the beaches like a bloody banquet, and all manner of other perils have put a damper on what's meant to be a time for celebration. To combat this, I came up with the idea of the Sunshine Savior, a brave soul whose duty would be to nip such problems in the bud before they become everyone's headache. Not only would they keep our patrons safe, but their deeds would raise the esteem of the guild as well. Not only that, but it will be the perfect opportunity to give our fresh blood a time to shine. So, I went looking for a starter from within our ranks, and after a process of stringent vetting, settled on an eager youth by the name of Lionel. The lad seemed in a perfect fit, but his spirits have taken a sharp dive since he arrived at Costa del Sol. Whatever the cause of his troubles, it's plain he needs a guiding hand or two to see him through them. So, if you've got the time and the inclination, I'd like you to help set him on the right path. Once he's on his footing, I won't ask you to dote on him any longer. How about it? I believe I can do that once I can pan the camera around. You're a lifesaver, friend. Now then, follow me and I'll make introductions. Lionel should be somewhere near the Aetherite. Let's go find him, eh? You got it. So yeah, we'll just head on back to the main Aetherite then. So once we do get back on to Costa del Sol, let's speak with Hermaga again. Yeah, as we get to daybreak. Apologies, but the lump seems to be missing. I explicitly told him to wait here. Get your bloody hands off my goods! Uh-oh. Is there a thief around? Maybe this is where the Sunshine Savior comes in. Sorry. Terribly sorry. I only thought to help. The crates looked awfully heavy, you see. But you're right to be off at me. Yes, why would you need my aid? With my arms thinner than sprouting reeds, I see the error of my ways. I shall shovel buffalo dung as punishment. Jeez, going that far? Lord, sorry for snapping at you. Appreciate the thought, but the contents of these crates are my livelihood. Can't just trust any passerby without safe carriage, you understand? And truth be told, you came at me like a chocobo taking its first steps. You need to start with a bit of confidence if you don't want people looking at you crosswise, see? Yeah. I think this is your fault, big guy. I mean, you are pretty intimidating. You're a good heart, lad. Anyone can see that. Work on your manner, and I reckon your next attempt at charity will go just fine. Yeah, you won't be doing much charity with his hands over his head. I can hazard a guess that won't happen here, but I'd like to hear your side of the story nonetheless. Mind filling me in, Lionel? Yeah, this is the guy we're helping out? Oh, Master Hermaga, and who is this? It can't be! Is this woman my replacement? Heavensward, and I've been dismissed before my duty has even begun! There's no need for all of that. Rika here is a member of the guild, and she's here to help. But first, we need to know what's going on. You see, I was awaiting orders like you asked, but then I spied that man struggling to carry his goods. I thought to offer a helping hand, but, well, you saw how the rest went. I see. I can't fault you for trying to do good, lad, but what he said was right. Your manner is bloody strange and has been ever since you set foot on these sands. I don't recall you being so timid when we first met. If something's weighing on you, you needn't shy away from sharing the burden. You're too kind. Maybe. The truth is, I just can't bear to have my face seen by others. Others' eyes on me? It's dreadful. Under a helmet I have the confidence of a captain, but this heat has left me with no choice but to bare my naked face to all and sundry. I'm afraid I'm likely to do more harm than help if I can't get my nerves under control. But the festivities are due to start soon and I can scarcely stand to look even you in the eyes. Yeah, we can see that. So that's the way of it. I appreciate your candor, lad. If it's as simple as covering your face, we can get you sorted straight away. Come with me to the storehouse. I have something there that I think you'll like. He's like, what do you have that could possibly help me? Also, Eureka, you better wait on the beach for our return. Don't worry, we'll be back before you can break a sweat. Got it. So, take our cowardly lion away and try and give him what he needs. Or in this case, our cowardly lionel. And of course, that's day one. Load times are longer. But I promised myself I'd try and get this out before tomorrow, so that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, and Steven's even come in dressed in their Eternal Bond gown. Ah, a honeymoon at Costa del Sol? How poetic. I like that. So, sometime later. And here we are. Feast your eyes upon Costa del Sol's Sunshine Savior. He's like, come on in. And all of a sudden... Have we been time morphed back 7 years? Lauded by its brilliance, aren't you? I had this lovely piece made the moment I conceived of the Sunshine Savior, a special commission from the Weavers Guild. And it looks like he's really breathing heavily there. Is he still fighting off the nerves? Well, genius isn't always obvious, I discovered. My colleagues claimed the coloring was too bold, the design too daring. I believe the word gaudy was tossed about. And so, with a heavy heart, I set it aside. Until today, that is. Yeah, and it seems that you also, on top of that, had it fitted to him and not yourself there, Herr Maga. By the gods, I feel a fool from taller. The fabric is so light, it's like I'm wearing not by my name day suit. Yes, that is funny. I'm ready to take on the world and then some. Yeah, and given that you're supposed to be the Sunshine Savior, does this mean that you're solar powered? Enrica's like, I think I've been here before. Most are usually hiding wounds through nature, but this is all I remember. If you ask me, he looks the spitting image of a hero. But what do you think, Rika? Yeah, what do I think? Fist bump with me? It certainly suits him, or I'm not sure if this is an improvement. Yeah, or if you've been to 2016's Moonfire Faire like Rika was, are you bringing back the go-go posing rangers actually looking like they were supposed to probably have been all those 7 years ago? Instead of looking like a trio of bandits? So you remember that, eh? But we also don't remember the rain coming in. Truth be told, the thought hadn't crossed my mind when designing the costume, but now they mention it. Yeah, now that you mention it, we still have a storm on our hands! This guy's solar power is fading away as we speak! Ah, the go-go posing rangers! I know their story well. Those dauntless heroes pitted themselves against the bombards for the safety of the realm. And just as the flames of the bombards were extinguished, the rangers disappeared like a ship over the horizon. Hearing how they risked life and limb with no expectation of reward or fame is what inspired me to join the guild. Yeah, it took you 7 years to get to this point? Is that so? It warms my heart to know that they left such a lasting impression on at least one young mind. And now then, Lionel, consider this your official appointment as the Sunshine Savior. Go forth, and remember that you carry the reputation of the Adventurers Guild on your shoulders. Don't crumble under the weight, lad. Become a savior worthy of your namesake, and our guests will soon forget the countless monsters and melodies that lurk beneath the tides. I know you won't disappoint. Thank you, Master Hermoga. Well, it's a good thing he has that helmet on, or else he'll have a whole bunch of rain in his face. Oh, wait a minute, no, not yet. We're waiting for, everyone to return. Because of load times. Yeah, here's everyone. Alright, Lionel. As the Sunshine Savior, I must bear all the responsibilities that the title implies. I can do this! I can become an adventurer that others speak of at all! Well, we'll see if you can. By the way, I'd like to apologize for my embarrassing conduct before. I admit a part of me is scared almost all the time, but I can't let that dictate my life and my duty. Whatever happens, I swear to do all in my power to make this Moonfire Faire the safest yet. That being said, I still realize I have much to learn and would very much appreciate the aid of a seasoned adventurer such as yourself. Will you help me? Well, you are talking with a warrior of light who not just saved the realm, but the universe. Thank you, Rika. I look forward to growing under your wing. Well, it's quite a mighty wing you'll be growing under, so we'll take 3,120 experience points and 673 gil for completing quest number 1. And now over to Hermaga. Now that we have our Sunshine Savior, who have to battle in adverse conditions, I mean, yeah, we are making this as hard as we possibly can for the poor kid. Let's speak with Hermaga to take on our next quest entitled, I Am the Sunshine. Hermaga is eager to send the Sunshine Savior forth into the sands of Costa del Sol, and the Isle of Endless Summer too. Lionel looks every in the hero, and make no mistake, but looks aren't worth a damn if his heart isn't in it. How are you feeling under that mask, lad? Up for the work ahead? About that, as much as I'd like to jump right into the thick of things, I can't help but harbor some small doubts. Come on, man. The incident with the merchant earlier made me realize that it's one matter to want to aid those in need, but another matter entirely to know who needs it. That's very well said. Fortunately, I have Rika by my side, a seasoned adventurer who's helped a fair share of troubled souls. I've asked her to take her under me under her wing for a bit, and I hope to be a quick study. Let's hope you can be. He seems all set to go. That's a capital idea, lad. Every adventurer has a few stories of being rewarded with scorn instead of coin. Strange as it sounds, a helping hand must be death besides. Well then, let's advise your task today. Give you a chance to sharpen that nose of yours to the scent of all the rest. Why don't you stand watch over the revelers gathered at the northeastern shores? If you spot trouble brewing, put a lid on it before it spills over. Rika will attend to you in a supervisory capacity before leaping into action. Ask her for advice on how to conduct yourself. She'll guide you well, I've no doubt. Yeah, we'll do what we can for the poor guy. Now then, off with you. The battlefield on the beach awaits. Make me proud, you two. Make me proud. A guild member by the name of Butterfly is standing by for someone to relieve him of his duty. Speak with him first, then show the realm the measure of a sunshine savior. And so off they go. They'll probably need to take a boat across to the island. But now, in the driving rain. And there's our man of the hour, Mr. Butterfriend. Still talking up a storm about yourself? Why, if it isn't the Sunshine Savior, protector of the summer suns. Please, please, I release the beaches of Costa del Sol to your stewardship. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. So yeah, this is something that we have to do for multiple instances. So, relieve Butterfriend of registered duty? Yes. Oh yes, before I go, allow me to furnish you with these link pearls, a crucial tool for a pair of strapping guardians such as yourselves. Godspeed, saviors! Alright there, Butterfriend. So we'll let you do your thing and be on your way at some point. Because curse these load times. So yeah, how do we help out the Sunshine Savior in a big storm? Well, there's someone in the first shot we know all too well when it comes to the Moonfire Faire, and looks like he's back for more punishment. Yeah, he's still as much of a fool as ever. And now our watch begins. Go on, Rika, tell me what you see. If there's trouble lurking about, the Sunshine Savior shall rise to action. So yeah, we have, on the left, a young Mikote lad and lass look like a sellsword just stole their lunch, or a shifty pirate lass is sizing up a nearby man, quite intensely by the looks of it. And for those of you who are wondering, you can't choose between one or the other, you will have to do both. So once you do one, you will immediately do the other. So, let's go and once again deal with Mikote, who just doesn't do us justice. Alright, Mr. Sunshine Savior, fight through the rain and do your thing. Oh, I failed again. I'll never master the course at this rate. Come on, fool! I believe in you! But nothing I see seems to help. I wish I knew how to cheer you up. Well, the rain doesn't help. And so, the lad looks absolutely crestfallen. From what I can gather, he's having some difficulties with the Ayozi Nimble Warrior course. I know what it's like to feel success slip from one's grasp time and again. So what do? Show him how Sunshine Savior does it, give him some words of encouragement, or be totally pacifist. No, we need to get Rafool to be as foolish as ever. You read my mind, Rika. Encouragement is my forte. It is? Given our first encounter with you, I'm not so sure about that. A few carefully placed words should lift this lad over the obstacle in his path. Wait there, I'll be back in a flash. Alright there, And we won't even get to hear what he actually says to a fool. So, do what you gotta do in that armor of yours. And with that helmet on. Yeah. Fool's ready to screw up again. Yeah, keep Ramaya close to you. You're gonna need it. And so now, the pair were thankful enough, and the lads seemed once again eager to tackle the course. All in all, a success for the Sunshine Savior. And so now, to option number 2. Ready? He is. So let's have a look at the situation. Yeah, we know who this is. Captain Roswain of the Sanguine Sirens, who hounds the missing member in Limsa.
Bloody Carverlane thinks he's too good for a pirate, does he?
Yeah, and apparently she thinks she harbors feelings for Carverlane, the man who took us across the Siren Song Sea to get us to Kugane.
I'll make him see, I will. If I just ask him all nice-like. Fancy a stroll on the beach, Carverlane, or some such? He'll just think I'm itching for a duel.
Are you that paranoid? Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get these two together.
She's mumbling to herself an awful lot. The menacing provocations of a pirate, no doubt. What do you think, Rika?
Just ask if something's the matter, or don't worry about her, worry about the man, or we should watch from a safe distance. But yeah, maybe we shouldn't... Yeah, I'm really worried about what happens, so just ask her if something's the matter. Maybe we can convince her to come out of her shell. I mean, that is what we're trying to help Lionel to do.
I think you are the right, Enrica. Even I can see that this has the look of something dangerous. I better insinuate myself into the matter before it takes a turn.
And so... Hey, you. Yeah, and Carverland turns around like, what's going on here? And Rosalind's like... Yeah, he just gives Lionel a glancing look and then just runs off. Yeah, sorry about that, Carverland. And he just walks on off. Go take some more glance for punishment across the Siren Song Sea.
The pirate ran off with nary a word of explanation. I can't help but feel as if I interrupted something. However, there's no telling what could have happened, so as far as I'm concerned, the Sunshine Savior can mark down a victory in his ledger. Well, I see nothing amiss in this area. What about over there?
And so as we head on to the opposite side of the island, let's have a look. We have two people looking onward, and we got some of the muscle-bound freaks from 2017 Moonfire Faire back for more. And apparently they're showing off their skills to the Eliapo family.
And now our watch begins. Go on, Rika. Tell me what you see. If there's trouble lurking about, the Sunshine Savior shall rise to action.
So yeah, we have a group of revelers entranced by the Eorzean Nimble Warrior course, or some muscular fellows are slumped over on the ground. But yeah, looks like those guys are in need of more help right now. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, slipping in the rain, gentlemen?
Are you alright, sirs?
Yeah, that's Chloe there on the near part of the camera.
My muscles burn for more, but Courts I can barely see straight. Oh no, that's not good. Shall I call upon one of the chaperones?
Yeah, maybe we should. But that's why we have this guy.
I suppose this heat and intense exercise mix as well as oil does with water. Surely offer assistance.
Well, it seems that the storm has doused the heat somewhat, but obviously the intense exercise is pushing them to the limits. Tell them to find a spot of shade to rest in. Tell them to drink plenty of fluids because it's raining! Yeah, just open up and drink in all that rain. But yeah, you probably should get out of the rain.
They're quite right. Even the strongest of us will wither before the sun without much water and rest. I'll go and tell them as much.
And so, get on in there. And try not to scare the little girls, but Chloe seems to like the Sunshine Savior. Yeah, give the big boys a reason to take it easy once in a while. It may be raining and cooling things down, but... I was like, yeah, are you coming or not? We're leaving without you. And so, I had word with the men, and they insisted that there was nothing to worry about. Still, my duty is to dig out the roots of trouble before they break soil, so in that respect, I consider this a success. And now, over to the other side. And the Eorzean Nimble Warrior course, which, given the storm, is obviously going to throw people off, because the wood that's being used to build the course is going to be completely slick. So the cheer on the people who are braving the storm.
Go on, jump! Jump like your life depends on it!
You'll never make it from there! Watch out or you'll eat sand! Or rain. Yeah, that was a splash.
Oh no! Is he alright? I think I heard a snap.
Yeah, I mean, anyone trying to do this in the driving rain is out of their minds. It's not Raful, is it? Yeah, we don't need a third option here. Get in there. I'm coming! Yeah, now Lionel has to play lifeguard. Thankfully we got this man. And he's gonna be alright. Take care of your friend, would you? And so...
Whew! Apologies for not waiting for your guidance, Vika. I've dived into the ocean without a thought for what would come next.
Well, I'm glad you did, actually.
Before I knew if there was water under my mask, I was sure I'd meet my end then and there, but somehow I found my bearings and brought that man ashore. I suppose fortune favors the reckless, eh?
It certainly does in your case. Yeah, you're proving out to be a better hero than we were expecting.
Speaking of which, I see no further signs of distress along the beach. I believe our relief should be along soon, and truth be told, I'm glad for it. I can't bear this stifling heat for much longer.
Or the driving rain. Yeah, he's even willing to take his helmet off now.
Still, better to be baking under the hot sun than drowning under the ocean waves. Every breath I took invited more water into my lungs. If one of the seven hells lies on the ocean floor, doubtless its doors were cast open for my arrival. But I'm grateful to be alive and well, and with a few feats of daring do under my belt besides. That's in no small part thanks to you, Rika. Your sound guidance led me to take action where I might have been paralyzed by doubt. I have Hermaga's costume to thank too. It may very well have some special power to turn the timid into the lion-hearted.
Yeah, and it turns out you didn't need any ounce of solar power to get the job done. Impressive work, you two. I see you've earned some rest, eh? Allow me to watch over our patrons. I can only hope my stretch is half as eventful as yours was.
Much appreciated, Master Birdofwen. I suspect Master Helmarga will want to hear of our successes here. Let's go and make our report.
Yeah, let's head on back, and you can go back to what you were doing there, Birdofwen. Alright, so I wanted to make it a point until the rain finally died down, because I'd hate to see this all end under a cloud of heavy rain. So let's go ahead and speak with Hermaga. And something I had on the markets just got sold. Oh, there you are. The story of your deeds precede you. Revelers up and down the beaches are taken with your bravery. The one you plucked from the sea even came to offer as personal thanks. By all accounts, your lost confidence has been restored, and more besides. I reckon you're ready to set off on your own, but I won't force it upon you if you've got lingering reservations. So what say you there, Lionel?
Well, truth be told, I would have been able to do it without Rika's help. And this mask, of course. Donning it makes me forget the meaning of the word impossible. You have to realize that Rika won't be around forever, so inclined to venturing abroad as she is. A savior needs to be able to carry their burden alone if they're to earn the trust of others. You know, you never did tell us why you're so frightened of showing your face. Something tells me you didn't crawl out here of your mother's room with your hands covering your eyes, am I right? Yeah, what about it there, Lionel?
Aye, it happened when I was just getting my feet wet as an adventurer, during a job that should have been unremarkable. We were tasked with guarding a merchant caravan which naturally drew the attention of a terrible slavering beast. Instead of sticking with the spear like I was supposed to, I was knocked senseless within moments.
And that's what happens when you're at level 1.
When I regained my senses, I saw that my partner had been dealt a grievous wound and the caravan was in shambles. The job was an utter failure. For a blessing, none lost their lives, but I lost all standing in the eyes of my allies and employers. They blamed me for their injuries and the damage to the goods, and rightfully so. The memory of their scornful gazes is etched in my mind, and I see them every time I look another in the eyes.
So you coped with your fear by hiding behind a helm. It's starting to make sense. Yeah, they should have started off with something more basic. You know, Lionel, that suits more than a masterwork of comfort. There's a meaning behind this design, if you can believe it. He's like, how so? I mean, we do see the Final Fantasy XIV meteor emblem on your belt glowing. See, it's meant to evoke the image of the phoenix. And suddenly we have a Final Fantasy XVI crossover. That legendary belt symbolizes rebirth, rising from the ashes over and over again, each time shining brighter than before. Seeing your triumph as the Sunshine Savior has made me certain that the Phoenix's fire burns within you, Lionel. And when those flames are stoked, you'll be reborn with more courage than you ever could have imagined. Yeah, you got this, man. Come on.
All this time I was wrapped in the Phoenix's embrace. Yes, if there is a chance I might be born anew, then the path ahead of me is clear. I'm heading back to the beach, this time without a mask.
Think you can do it? I guess we'll find out soon enough, won't we? Something on your mind? Didn't I head on too thick? When you get to my age, I can't help but light fires under those that need it. You are certainly showing quite a few greys there, Herr Maga. And the lad needed something fierce, so I lit a raging bonfire under his house. Just had to work with the embers that were already there. That burning desire of his to help the downtrodden. Oh, it certainly worked. Hey gods! Somebody help! Oh, great. Has it all gone away from him already? Yeah, we better do something, you and I. So what's going on? What is giving us issues right now? Well, as it turns out, the sharks from Moonfire Faire 2020 are back. And they're out for revenge, and they're taking it out on anyone and everyone they can find. Including a certain Chloe Aleopo. This is not looking good. The sun may be setting, but we can't let it set on this little girl's life. And without even thinking about it, Lionel just gets in there with a stiff right punch to the gut. Yeah, fear not, Zloe's here. Yeah, get out of here, you two. Alright, Lionel. Now what? As everyone watches on in amazement. Yeah, the Sunshine Savior has revealed himself to one and all. But the job isn't done yet. And they come to blows! But yeah, the big guy gets the upper hand. This is not what we were hoping.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, maybe the Warrior of Light needs to intervene. Not so fast, Rika. If someone jumps to his rescue again, that fire just a little bit snuffed out. We need to think of a way to help him that doesn't involve all the heavy lifting. So what do we do?
Perhaps one of the things we're best known for. The Sunshine Savior never backs down, rise from the ashes of defeat and be reborn. No monster can stand against Lionel, or if you can't do it, no one can! Yeah, since this is Phoenix-oriented, invoke your inner Final Fantasy 16! While everyone just stands there, she's right! You're all Sunshine Savior, so save us! Give that beast what for! Everyone's in on now. Come on, guys. And come on, you there, Lionel. They really have faith in me? They sure do. And so now, get on your feet. And invoke 2016! It's not just Final Fantasy 16, but 2016 we're doing too! I can't let them down! I must uphold the reputation of the Sunshine Savior! He's really letting the fires burn now. He's going in! Bathe in the flames of my rebirth and bathe in the flames of the Phoenix, he cries out! And with one swift kick, this shark is knocked out. Just in time for the fireworks and the anime Japanese explosion. And the crowd loves what they see. That really could not have been timed better. I'm glad I waited for the storm to finally end so I could begin shooting again. And the Leopold family expresses their gratitude, as does Vika and Ermaga, and does all the other patrons who eventually will show up to shake hands and express congratulations. Alright, so as the fireworks begin to shoot off as dusk has arrived, let's speak with Lionel. Are you okay? Yeah, we need to keep the camera on the elite pose. That was so frightening, but so exciting at the same time! I'm gonna write about you in my diary! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Chloe's safe, and it's all because of you! But I was only... never mind that. You're most welcome, of course. And look how happy they all are. And so off goes the elite pose. I'm not sure what to call what just happened, but the word miracle comes to mind. Did I truly vanquish that bloodthirsty brute of a shark? With a kick? Thought you did, and without a single scratch or a guess. You showed them what the Sunshine Savior stands for and gave them a display they won't soon forget. All on your own, too. But even a savior isn't invincible, eh? Go through a friend and get yourself checked. Wouldn't want you to be done in by a few scrapes. Good idea. Rika and I will keep an eye on things here in case any other seaborne predators decide to try their luck. Got that right. And so, let's go back and reunite with Ermaga. Celebrating the victory of the Sunshine Savior. Alright, Ermaga. So as we're talking things over, here's Lionel, along with Bodafwen. Oh, you've returned. He certainly has. Thanks to you too. Talk of the Adventurers Guild is on the lips in of all in Costa del Sol. As far as I'm concerned, we can consider the Sunshine Savior a rousing success and a boon for the guild. Lionel here deserves a stunning ovation for the bravery he displayed. Taking on a thing like that and keeping the younglings safe is a feat very few can boast of. Yeah, your redemption arc is complete there, man. As my vision dimmed, I heard Rika call out to me. It was her words that delivered me from the brink and allowed me to go further still. They might call me the Sunshine Savior, but you're the true hero of the day. You've given me the courage to go on alone, and for that there is no way I can repay you. Glad I could help. Indeed, our Savior has a Savior of his own, a fact we're all grateful for. I want to make you an honorary Sunshine Savior, suit and all. Well, and don't ask me how many more of these I have stashed away. Well, given how many people are here, I can imagine there's a lot of them.
Now go on, forget your worries and take in your fill of the festivities, for the Moonfire Faire is safe so long as Lionel stands as its guardian. I shall remain vigilant for signs of trouble, and if aught appears to threaten the peace, I'll be there to stop it! And so away he goes. But to be honest, I really actually wish he would put his mask on because he looks so much cooler with it. So we'll take our 3,120 experience points, 530 gil, plus, since we were made an honorary member of the Sunshine Saviors, we got the helmet, which for some reason is known as Phoenix Riser and not Sunshine Savior, and the suit to go with it. And thus we complete Moonfire Faire 2023. And earn the achievement Hot Bird Summer, which makes sense. So yeah, I know that you're all dying to see me wear it. So let's go ahead and do that. Of course, with load times being what they are, this will probably take a while for everything to load in. But fear not, I have a way to get things accomplished. Yeah, you can't see me dyeing this stuff, but trust me, I am dyeing it. There we go. So yeah, of course, there'll be others wearing the outfit with pride as well. And of course, since Rika is doing her thing in the pink that she's known for to match her hair, she definitely can add her name to the ranks of the Sunshine Saviors now. And of course, everything else is here too. Lionel's gonna chill and do his thing. We got a blue one over here who's just admiring the fireworks, and I think we will too. Except that the current round of fireworks is finished, so I guess there's not much we can do about that. But we have brought success to this edition of the Moonfire Faire, and we helped a young man to come out of his shell while wearing one of the classic armors that can only be worn by a Japanese superhero. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. And when I join you again for the Let's Play, of course, we will be taking on The Rising. And given that it will be to mark the 10th anniversary of the launch of Reborn, I'm expecting something very significant. And I hope that we do get it, because when they marked 5 years in 2018, it was pretty significant because it gave flashback to 1.0. So I can only imagine what 2023 will be like for The Rising and the 10-year anniversary of A Realm Reborn's launch. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.